Hello, 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 John Mason. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. Hope things are good for you. The House of Representatives, under Republican semi domination, continues to be the hot, steaming, stinking mess it's always been. Now they finally settled on a speaker, Mike Johnson of Louisiana. And he's every MAGA Republican's, actually Christian nationalist dream come true. First of all, he's homophobic, he's anti-abortion, and right after the shooting, the tragic, terrible shooting in Vermont, he goes on. He says the usual platitudes of it's about the human heart, and 3 days after the shooting, the National Rifle Association, being the sensitive souls they are, broadcasted Johnson's mealy mouthing on one of his videos. How kind of them. Johnson and his NRA masters have done everything they can to prevent guys like Robert Card from attaining firearms such of the magnitude that he used, a combat AR-15, which I'm sure he attained through his affiliation, his membership in the Army Reserve, and with his record of mental health problems, should be a red flag right there. And Johnson is now in charge of the House. Interesting. What interests me is ideologically that they're all on the same page. They worship Trump. They refuse to have an intelligent foreign policy, like dealing with Israel, Hamas, and Ukraine, Russia. But they're at each other's throats. Some of them want Kevin McCarthy, some of them wanted Jim Jordan. As far as I'm concerned, these are nothing. But these guys are nothing but a gang of pirates fighting over the booty. And these are people trying to impose an authoritarian regime on America. I mean, if you're paying attention, you understand that's what they're after. Like with the gerrymandering of legislative districts, all these voter ID laws, all these various tricks to prevent people from voting and to prevent them from getting their voices heard in the halls of Congress. And so the long-term goal is an authoritarian regime. But who is going to be the glorious leader? Sure, some of them, of course, they all want Trump. They all bow down to Trump, including the so-called moderates. What does moderate mean anyway? Just don't want to offend anybody. Always appease the noisiest, most violent faction. That's what Neville Chamberlain did. And that's what Kevin McCarthy did. And now look what happened. The Republican Party has to be voted out, root and branch. And in Pennsylvania, at least, on November 7th, we have the opportunity to do just that. To get out and vote out every Republican. Hopefully, maybe, just maybe, the Republican Party will have a period of self-examination and review itself and come out of this wilderness as a more responsible, right of center party, respectful of democratic norms and the Constitution. Actually, I don't think I can count on that because I remember the 2012 election and afterwards. The Republican Party had its autopsy. And the recommendations of the autopsy included trying to reach out to Hispanic and African American voters. But what do? They go back to stick with the old reliable tactic of race baiting. Create the big scare of dark-skinned people as racists and drug dealers and murderers. That's what Trump did, going down the his piss-colored escalator, coming down his piss-colored escalator to make his opening, to kickstart his campaign in that speech. Oh, by the way, the crowds came from this casting agency, were paid $50 a head to yell and scream for Trump. And like I said, back to the old reliable of the big scary people of color. And Trump was part of that, calling immigrants drug dealers, rapists, and some he assumed are good people. They learned nothing from 2012, and I can't hold my breath to believe that they'll learn anything from this past experience. Let us vote them all out. And let's stay focused. Let's not distract ourselves with third parties. Oh, sure, there's always a temptation of searching for a third party that would upend the political system, get rid of the traditional two parties. It sounds great, but in my studies of American history, I can attest to the fact that it won't work. It'll just suck a third party attempt on the progressive side, like with Cornel West. With all due respect, I respect him very much as a scholar and an activist, but he's going about it wrong. And the so-called People's Party, whatever the hell that is, which to me is someone's vanity project, and the Green Party, screw all that, and don't worry about Joe Biden's age. For all I've seen of him, he's got all the marbles, as opposed to a certain person who thinks he's a genius because he knows what a camel looks like. Man, woman, cat, TV, On November 7th, if you're in Pennsylvania, I urge you to vote straight Democratic. After the election, stay on them. Make, make sure that, that they do the right thing. Keep on them. Okay, that's the end of my rant. And now, advertisements. All this media work I do with the podcasts and the videos and the blogging and my poetry, etc., costs money. It's money and work. I'm asking for support. If you could get on my website, johnomason.com, push the Buy Me a Coffee button or push the PayPal button. Send me something so I could move these podcasts and videos forward. And also, I would greatly appreciate. And also, I am a notary public for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, headquartered in Philadelphia. I can come to your location anywhere in Philadelphia and vicinity and notarize whatever documents you have, deeds, wills, what have you. I'm your guy. Please look me up on the same website, johnomason.com. And also, my novel, Soldier of the Cross, is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who, as a young man in the early 60s, is a drunk and horde chaser, a school bully, gets in trouble in the army, comes out as a born-again Christian, and he just wants to be a manly, virile man for Jesus, wanting to do the right thing. But the way he goes about it leads him to disaster. Please look it up. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also, Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Gummies and candies and lip balm and hand sanitizer and drinks and teas and dog treats. Yep, dog treats. Do please look them up. HemperificLLC.com. And also, my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is most excellent in helping you develop your small business or professional career. Let you know what you're doing right, where you need work, and help you network with other entrepreneurs and upcoming professionals. Please look her up. growwithsnow.com. Okay, that's my rant for now. And I ain't bite my tongue for nothing. We got a fight on our hands. I got my dukes up. Take care. Bye.